Alright guys, there are a lot of rides at Universal that use screens, 3D projection, and we're going to tell you how to never get sick on one of those rides. Stay tuned.
The rides that seem to cause the most issues are The Simpsons, which uses a giant curved screen and a somewhat claustrophobic ride vehicle, Forbidden Journey, which, although is one-half practical effects, also is one-half screens, and the screens are engulfing and curved. Other rides with non-curved screens, such as Escape from Gringotts, don't cause issues for too many people.
Okay, so we've been using this trick for the last few Universal trips, last several Universal trips, and it has worked really well for us, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to tell you about a device that can help to prevent you from having any kind of nausea on these rides. Now, there are a few rides, The Simpsons, Forbidden Journey, the usual suspects that get people a little bit sick in the stomach, and, you know, it takes away their fun. It takes away the great experience they could be having on these rides. So this little device basically uses some scientific research to shut down the nerve that causes that nausea. Can you hold up your device for us? It's called a Reliefband. It goes on your wrist. You put a little bit of an interface gel on your wrist, so it's a little bit of it's almost like a chapstick type.
Yeah, it's a electrode gel.
Electrode gel, yeah. And it has some settings. Can you hold it up again? So it has a little button. It has 5 settings. You turn it on. You get a little tingle in your wrist, but what it does is it travels down those nerves all the way to your stomach, where it turns off the reaction that causes you to get a little sick in the stomach. And you've been using it for all the 3D rides. How does it work for you?
I don't really get sick on the motion rides. It's the screens that bother me, especially when the screen is curved. And this really helps. On The Simpsons, I still have to close my eyes a little bit, but I wouldn't be able to ride at all without it. So it really makes the ride much more enjoyable for me.
So there you go. It takes away the sickness. You can forget about that, and you can just enjoy the ride again like you're supposed to. One of the things I should mention about that Reliefband is that we do have an older version. There is a new version by Reliefband out, and then there's also another version by a different company that's supposed to be based on some new research. And that one does not require the electrode gel, which we think might be a little better, especially with water rides and things like that where you might get splashed and have to replace the gel. So in a future vlog, we're going to try that one out.
This is the Reliefband Classic. This is the one we have right now. The display section goes under your wrist, and it has a nylon band. Here is the new version of the Reliefband called the Premier. It's a little sleeker, and it is rechargeable. The display goes on top of your wrist, and the electrodes are on the back of the silicone band. Here is a newer, similar device by a different company called Emeterm. We're planning to try this one in a future vlog because it's designed to not require electrode gel, and it may work better throughout the day. With this one, the display goes under your wrist, but the band is silicone with a nice locking design. We were on a quest to find a way for Heather to enjoy these rides without resorting to medication, which had side effects like drowsiness. The way these devices work is pretty amazing, and you can read more about it in the links to their websites and product pages below. We hope that it enhances your enjoyment of the parks and the fantastic experiences that these rides can provide, with no motion sickness and no side effects.
Thanks again for joining me on Doug's Universe, where real magic is universal.